Welcome to a nasally stuffy end of the year episode of the effing movie Scratch That Gamecast. We're your hosts.
Couldn't be me.
Couldn't be us. Dylan, Nathan, and Price also here. Craig, the recording Discord bot.
That they can't hear that we always comment on.
Yeah. I'm convinced it's our FBI agent. Anyways.
I mean, a friendly little badger as your FBI agent's probably pretty decent.
Yeah.
I mean,
honestly,
what's he gonna do bad to you?
I can think of worse.
Could be worse.
He'll probably vouch for you.
Yep. On today's episode, we're going to be covering our top 10 games of the year. Now, some of them will be quicker than others because we don't want to sit there and spend 5 hours going through all 10. So we're gonna speed round through 6 through 10, or 10 through 6 rather. Then we're going to elaborate more on our top 5. But before then, Nathan and Price both had some dishonorable mentions that they really wanted to get into. I'm already quite certain I know 1.5 of Price's.
You do.
I don't know Nathan's right off the bat. So because I'm the host as always, I want to start with Nathan's because I want to hear one I don't know about.
Keep the suspense going.
Yeah, so I'm gonna keep them rather brief, but I played The Expanse, the Telltale story.
Oh, yeah.
So it's based on the TV show The Expanse. It's horrible. The gameplay's terrible. The story absolutely sucks. It looks bad. I feel like they shoehorned in they basically shoehorned in a lesbian plot line where they're it felt super forced in a very stupid way.
DEI.
Yeah, I don't want to be the guy saying that, but that's what it was, man.
That's
and it really, really detracted from it, and because it wasn't serving the plot in any way. Not that there was a good plot. So yeah, that one really irked me because I'm a huge fan of the show, and I really liked the characters from the show that they put in it, but I didn't like what they did with them in the slightest. And the other one that I was going to mention, this one didn't come out recently, but I finally got around to playing the expansion for Diablo 4, the Vessel of Hatred. This is another one where the story sucks. Everybody in the story is stupid. The bad guys are stupid. The good guys are stupid. It's just a clusterfuck the whole way through. I can't believe that. It's so frustrating, I imagine, to be on the development teams of some of these games where you're making a good game, but then you've got a couple of people that are the writers that are just tanking everything else that's going on around it. Just the most moronic storytelling imaginable that is just dragging down what otherwise could have been a pretty cool experience in a world that is absolutely ripe for great storytelling and has had great stories a long time ago, but it seems like anybody that gets a hold of it now doesn't know what they're doing and is trying to overly cater to the maximum number of people, so they end up trying to make it stories about individuals and characters, and that you should be interested in the characters instead of being interested in the world, when it's the world that actually matters. Who cares about the people in the world? The people in the world die. It's about your hero journey in this dark world. But whatever. That's not what we got. We just got a bunch of morons pissing me off throughout the whole course of my playing that game.
Yeah, I think that's a great one. And remember your critique on that, because my number one disappointment is one we've already talked about a little bit. Actually, no, I'll just go ahead because I'm piggybacking off Nathan said, because I think it's very applicable, and that's my biggest disappointment was easily Ghost of Yotei. We talked about it already. Dylan and I did a whole Gamecast on it, so I'm not going to rehash it. But
yeah,
the only new thing I would add to my critique that I know everyone here listened to, all of our audience.
Yeah. You had no choice.
is that it reminds me a lot of Pokemon Arceus in that, like, the open world is pretty fun, the gameplay is fun, but the game makes you experience such a subpar story that for me, I can't get past it. Like, the gameplay and everything's fun, but when I have to constantly mash A and try to get through, and so much of the time is devoted to experiencing a piss poor story, I can't do it. Like, I can't give something a good score when I just hate the story so much. So that's easily my biggest disappointment of the year. But second and very close behind, Dylan probably can guess this one too because we talked about it, is Donkey Kong Bonanza because he asked me about it.
Yeah.
I love Donkey Kong Country. This is very different from that because it's more of a exploration kind of game, and I was okay with that. Believe me, I was. But for me, the vibes were just not there. Music would cut out all the time, so it didn't feel like a continuous experience. It would just be silent for the longest time. Um, there wasn't depth to the game at all. Like, you just kind of smash through stuff and you can get to anything. And I really don't like that the banana is the big currency that you get. It's funny when you get a banana, he goes, "Oh, banana." That's pretty fun. But there's so many of them that by the time, like, you can just bash through a hole in the ground and then there's one there, and it's like that. I don't care.
Plays that audio cue like every time.
Every single time. Every single time. Which honestly, that part doesn't get old. I'll be honest.
Okay.
But it's just finding those at the end. By the end of the game, I'm going, I just want to get through the world, and then you can just go from point A to point B and not experience anything that they've put out there, and just hightail it through, and just to get the story over, which is very disappointing because that's the whole point of the game, is exploring around and seeing what kind of sandbox they created. But I don't want to. It's not fun. There's no return on doing that. So the end of the game is pretty fun. There's a pretty cool twist. I mean, are we doing full spoilers as usual? I feel like we are.
Yeah.
I'm not going to play it because I'm not getting a Switch 2.
Fair enough. Okay. At the end of the game, you find out that King K. Rool has been hidden the whole time, and he comes back, and you get to fight him. And there's even like a small world, very small world, that plays Donkey Kong Country music. The old enemies are back. When you punch them, it makes the like weird noises that they made in the games, like like those alligators make. So that's pretty fun. And then the last fight is pretty cool, but there's so much effects going on. The Switch 2 chugs so hard. It felt like playing Tears of the Kingdom on Switch 1. It was so bad.
That's why we got the Switch 2, was to avoid the game chug, though.
It chugs so bad. It was practically unplayable, to be honest.
I want to see the footage of that side by side with Scarlet and Violet with the Sunflora segment, Nathan.
Oh yeah, that was egregiously bad.
There was. I'm pretty sure it went down to
like
about,
they were moving like 4 frames a second.
If that. Yeah, and it was truly one of the scariest things I've ever seen. I love it. I don't have this honorable mention, so
only played good games, huh?
I only played good games. I didn't always finish okay games, but I did play nothing but good games and finish those. So for no lack of better of transition here, I'm just going to go through my 10 through 6 because I think that's the easiest way. It's just to sandwich bulk that, and then we'll switch through the 5s.
Sure.
But starting at number 10 this year, Split Fiction. It's probably my favorite game this year. I didn't beat. I started playing with my buddy Nat. We're 80% of the way through, and it's fine. The dialogue and all that stuff is whatever. 2 women with sexual energy that they're playing hard to get, but when I'm playing with my buddy Nat, that's like our vibe. So like honestly, it's like really easy shoo-ins for us.
The story is worse than Yote and probably the 2 Nathan picked. It is the worst story of the year with the most insufferable dialogue I've ever experienced.
It's pretty bad, but honestly, the gameplay you can ignore.
The gameplay's hot. The gameplay's real hot.
Yeah,
the gameplay
they made a fantastic game.
I did not particularly care or focus too much into that. So Split Fiction right at number 10 for that reason. Right above that, 2XKO. It is the League of Legends fighting game that crept on out.
League of Legends!
League makes the first appearance on these lists. I will never play League again, but I will play 2XKO. Currently free on PC and I think on console here in a couple weeks. So
I didn't know that.
Yeah, make sure to check that out. It's free. You can play with your friend. But me trying to convince people to play a fighting game is an uphill battle. So hate that for me. My number 8 is honestly, how the mighty sequels have fallen. Silksong is at number 8.
Whoa!
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
See, this is the reason why I wanted to do top 10, because I feel like there was going to be some stuff that would be like below the fold if we only did a top 5.
One of the 3 games that came out this year that were by many people's lists the most, sought after, need to have this game 5 years ago, game of the year, freebie winner. Honestly tracks right at number 8 for me, because I'll tell you, by the time I'm like getting to I'm like right at the cusp of finishing the game, and I can't be bothered. Like I got to a point where I'm like, okay, I've platformed all the platforming, I've killed all the killing, I fought this one boss, and now, oh god, there's the secret ending stuff for a third act. That do I care? And it's like, and it wasn't all bad. I enjoyed my time with it to a point, but there were the complaints you've heard time and time again are so true. The fucking save points are so far away. The run backs from these boss fights were so egregious, so painful, so unfun. That I mean, if I said, is this a bad game? No, I'm just saying, it's still technically in my top 10. But what I will say is that I got to a point where I could just beat this boss and then beat another boss, and then I'm technically done, if I don't want to do the extra endings and stuff. And I just don't care. That's just where I got to with it. So surprisingly, this is going to be under the other big sequel, one of 3. So we're now on 2 of 3, which is Price's favorite Dishonored game of the year, Ghost Yote.
Shut up.
Here's the thing. I have more hours on Ghost Yote, and I beat Ghost Yote. So between these 2, I could only put this one above that for that reason alone. I couldn't really find a way to sit there and say, well, did I enjoy one better or worse than the other? And I'm like, I don't know. Something about going into a bushes, throwing the chain thing, and bringing a person in and killing them just tickles a part of my reptilian brain that kept on doing it for me. The story, dropped from Ghost of Tsushima. The gameplay, some parts are a little better, some parts feel worse somehow. But in general, I don't know. I'm more disappointed with this game than I would have been overexcited with it. So it's in the bottom part of my top 10, but I also beat it and overall mostly enjoyed my time with it. So this is one of those things where it's like I ate a pizza and the crust was shit. I at least ate the crust. Or Silksong, I didn't even eat the crust. So, and then my surprise sneak hit on number 6 for the year is Fortnite. So
that's just because you played it with people you like.
Correct. I will say a large influence of this has been my new current partner got me to play Fortnite, and I played it with my nephews and stuff before, and that was fine. But playing it with her, I was like, yeah, this is just nice, a fun time. I went back. They got the Bleach season going on right now, so I went in there. I got the fucking Hollow Mask. I Ceroed somebody to death. That felt good. It's all the dumbness and all the funness that is everybody talking about it. So that's my shill game of number 6 of the year. It's Fortnite, baby.
It is.
It's popular for a reason.
Hey, you know what?
You're bad and you should feel bad. I'm not going to be like Nathan.
I don't. You know what? I'm part of the majority is what I am with that.
Yeah, I mean, that's true. I'm not interested in it, but I'm not going to dog on it because I don't really know.
Honestly, kind of fun. But Nathan, I'll go ahead and pass the baton to you. Take us from number 10 all the way to number 6, buddy.
I'm gonna throw in one more honorable mention. Doesn't quite hit my top 10, but sure. I played Mouthwashing this year, and it's very, very interesting and disturbing game. I would recommend a playthrough, even though it wasn't like a top 10 for me. Going into my top 10 though, at number 10, I've got one that I think Price has played, SteamWorld Dig 2.
Ooh, that's a good one. I've played that.
It's really good. The first one was just yeah, okay, it's fine. It's not that long. You get it pretty quick and it's over with. It feels like a very light game. SteamWorld 2, they went way, way deeper into building out this world and mechanics and just making it feel much more like a Metroidvania style game too. Yeah, very, very good stuff. After that, Escaping Wonderland. It's a VR game. It's a VR puzzle game.
More Alice in Wonderland stuff, for sure.
Yeah, it's an Alice in Wonderland story in VR. I like it. And then Bramble the Mountain King. That one is yeah, I mean it's just like one of those kids lost in the woods, like
Yeah.
horror third person scrambling around as a small kid, and a lot of kind of dark fantasy, dark fairy tale sort of world. It's pretty good. Split Fiction after that. I've already talked about that a bit.
Yep.
Yeah, I mean it's good gameplay. It's a fun time. The ending's pretty wild. Like it's kind of crazy what they managed to do. I won't spoil it because, as you said, you're not quite there yet.
I will eventually beat that game.
Yeah,
But
yeah, but it's some very very neat visuals at the end of the game. And then after that, I'm putting Final Fantasy VII Rebirth.
let's go.
Basically, I expect that every year that another part of that game releases, it's going to be in my top 10 whenever I play it. It's just, it is what it is.
So,
On
for
to
what it's
price.
worth, we'll get the next part. I'm pretty sure in 2027. So you'll get a break from putting those games in your top 10 for a year.
Well, I'll get an even longer break than that because it comes out a year later on PC typically.
Ah, that's true. Yeah.
Yeah. So I've got like what 2-3 years before I'll get to finish the next part of it.
2028-ish. We'll see you then. Price.
Yeah.
I was just actually looking over my list. I noticed this is the first time that I think all of my games on my top 10 except one came out this year. So
wow,
that's a lot different than normal.
Yeah.
Actually, that's mostly true. Mostly true of my list. There's a handful of exceptions. Fortnite's been out for like 100 years now. So
my number 10 is the only game I haven't finished yet. It's because it's so long. It's called the 100-Line Last Defense Academy.
yeah, I've
It's
got that on my wish list.
You should get it now. It's $40.
I'm on the Nathan
That
train.
sounds
I need it for
expensive.
25.
The 100 what?
No, the 100-Line Last Defense Academy.
Yeah, dude, that one. I saw the trailer for that, and I was like, I'm sold. And then everybody was like, the Dragon people were all like, nah, this series is actually crazy, crazy fun.
It's man, I have a lot of feelings, and I don't want to talk too much because it's just number 10. But
Sure.
Earlier today, it was number 7, and it moved down to 10 today.
Wow.
It has so much fluctuation, and it has so much potential to go anywhere on my list because I can't. I don't want to spoil anything on this one, to be honest.
Yeah, don't spoil it because I do want to play that one.
Basically, it's very choice based, and to get the ending where you actually learn a lot of stuff, you have to make very particular choices. And apparently I wasn't making the correct ones. So
I hate that again.
So basically I was getting just shit dialogue and options. Like in my first run, I got to like really delve into the characters, talk to them, get to do some cool stuff. Each day it's structured day based like Persona, and you do stuff in a day. In my second playthrough, apparently I messed up so much, or it's so totally different, that multiple days would just go by and I had nothing. And then when I got a day, it was just spent on some stupid dialogue with this other character, and then nothing else happened. And then it went to the next day. Like I got to day 60 in like a couple hours. And I was like, what have I done so horribly wrong? So then I did some Googling, and it's like, well, you have to do this, this, and this. And I'm like, well, that spoils everything, but I'm going to do it anyway. The characters are super fun. The plot is really out there. It's just, again, it has so much fluctuation to go anywhere because it feels like there's such a good nugget in there of what the story is, and then there's a lot of unnecessary stuff that it's being thrown at you, and it feels like you're almost wasting your time if the characters weren't so interesting. I'm not going to say anymore. That's too much for number 10, but there's a lot to talk about with it.
That's fair.
Number 9 is a lot more simple. Peak. Had a lot of fun with it. Friend slop game. I'm not proud of it.
That was an honorable mention for me too.
It was fun. I mean, it's not much, but just the moments. I mean, it's a clip factory. It's so fun. Just getting a platform, just getting the friends together at our age is hard to do. That's the biggest critique I have on it. Number 8 was between either Megabonk or Capes. Capes is basically a superhero XCOM. I think I give it to Megabonk instead. Another game I'm not proud of, but I looked back and apparently I have over 40 hours in it. So apparently I enjoyed it.
Gotta
Yeah.
list it at 40. Yeah. When you
Yeah,
spend
it's
almost 2 days. Yeah.
it's
Yeah.
funny whenever I was looking through my list because I put like scores on all the games that I've played throughout the year. I gave Mega Bonk a really high score. And it has been a while since I played, and it's like, is it really worth being that high of a score? But I don't know, maybe it is.
It was fun. That's all I can
Yeah.
say. Like, there's not much depth to it. Once you kind of figure out that you have to have the difficulty tome, the XP tome, and you pretty much have to have the luck tome, it gets a little bit less fun because you're not making super fun builds and doing crazy stuff because you're kind of optimizing the fun out of it. So, but then when you finally get those and you get to really go and just see stuff going on everywhere, it's pretty fun. It activates the reptilian part of my brain, as Dylan said.
Yeah.
Number 7 is a game I think Nathan would really like. It's called Dice Gambit.
I think
How
I've
do I
seen that one.
describe it? It's a manipulate dice game where you create characters by having them marry and have children, and you try to get the best traits from them to make the best child. So you keep funneling your traits down the family line, basically, and create the best units that you can to make a unit to go through the game.
Just to be clear, that's just Pokemon. That's just EV breeding Pokemon.
Well,
Kind-
it's
kind of.
also Fire Emblem.
It
Yeah,
is also
basically.
that. Yes.
It's very Fire Emblem-esque. I would compare it a lot more to Fire Emblem than I would,
Yeah.
especially like Awakening when they really delved into the parental stuff and passing the traits down. I would say
Yeah.
it's very similar to that. The art style is amazing. I love the art style in this game. The music is super fun. It does all the visual stuff right along with the gameplay. Not going to tell this long story. I did write it down, but I literally broke the game at the end part. I had so many dice and the game never accounted for that. I was like, I need to end my turn. I need to end my turn. And I couldn't find a button to do it. I literally broke the game.
Yes.
I get it. Not going to tell the whole story, but I made a character who broke the game. Long story short.
Interesting.
Number 6 is one I wanted to put higher, but my top 5 were so tight, and that is the Altars.
On my wish list.
I need to play that
before. Yeah. It's so much fun. It's such a good simulation game. The story is really interesting. All the characters feel very distinct, even though they're the same character, but just a little bit different, and they're voiced by the same guy, but a little bit differently. It's such a good game. I would really, really recommend it. I wish it was higher, but my top 5 is pretty tight, and I really like the Altars. It was a really, really fun game that I wasn't expecting this year.
Well, on that
speaking of top 5,
ooh,
ready to get on into it?
We're getting in. I'll go ahead and leap in. This one is actually one of my favorite games of all time, Remade. Man, what a sequel and remake year this is. And to be honest, I won't lie. Looking at my 2 through 5, I could really just spin a wheel with any of these, and they could end up all they're all feeling like number 2 in a lot of different ways. So this could easily be at number 2 as much as it is number 5. This is how much I think that the list was so close on this year. But number 5 this year is Metal Gear Solid Delta, which is the remake of Metal Gear Solid 3, but with nicer graphics and a little bit more slightly updated gameplay. Boy, I just love this game. Price left, and I was going to sell it to him. I'll pitch it to Nathan. Nathan, did you ever play Metal Gear Solid?
I played the first one.
Yeah.
And we finished it on the original PlayStation as kids, doing the whole Port 2 Psycho Mantis stuff, all the classic things.
Dude,
looking on the CD case to figure out how to call Meryl or whatever.
Yeah. Man, Kojima's such a fucking innovator in this series. Death Stranding, I don't know. I need to go back and try to give Death Stranding 2 a chance because I kept hearing how good it was, and people who didn't like Death Stranding, which was me, I did keep saying, yeah, you got to go back for Death Stranding 2. But we're not talking about Death Stranding 2. Price is back, so we're back to talking about Delta. Price, quick update. I meant to tell you, I bought the game on physical because it was on sale for $25 on GameFly this holiday season. So I do have it available.
Interesting.
GameFly. Every time they show up somewhere, I'm just like, they still exist.
They have getting away with it.
They have great deals on used games.
They
really
really do. And
Do they? I mean, are they still a rental company then? That's
Yeah.
got to be how they've got the used games, I would imagine.
I presume,
It's
but I'll tell
crazy.
you, their used games, when you buy them on sale, they're pretty pristine. Like, I ordered it because everybody was like, dude, I was like, I don't know if I'm buying used games, GameFly, those could be like, I remember my buddies like throwing those fucking games around like they were frisbees and expressions. We were the worst kids for that, right? So
Mhm.
I was like, we'll see. And everybody was like, yeah, I don't know. Honestly, most of the games I've ordered from GameFly, pristine. And I'm like, all right, let's risk it. So I get Metal Gear Solid Delta in, pristine. And I'm like, all right, worth it. So $25 for one of my favorite games, and it's never looked so pretty. There's a clip that I'll show you guys after the podcast that just kind of exemplifies exactly what I love about Metal Gear Solid Delta, that it is a game that simultaneously takes itself not serious at all and totally serious, and it just nails that balance of like cheese, but like cheese that still hits when you want a serious moment. Price is already shrugging at the Hideo Kojima of it all, but he hasn't played MGS3, so
I am. His
yeah.
smug aura mocks me.
That's fine. It can mock you. It's very good. So, Delta is by far one of my favorite games. Well, Delta, Metal Gear Solid 3 is, Delta being the remake of it. But it is just one of my favorite games of all time. I was surprised how many hours I had in it because I like went to go back and look. 25 hours, which doesn't sound like a whole lot, but I've played that game dozens upon dozens upon dozens of times. I went in there, hardest difficulty, just ran through it. No getting spotted, tranked all the bosses, and I'm like, yeah. So, honestly, it just makes me feel good. I still got it. That's my number 5. Nathan.
Well, speaking of an old game being one to hit the top 5, a game from childhood as well. Same here. Except this one wasn't a remake. This is literally just a game that I played on a PlayStation 1 that I bought this year.
Oh, I wonder what game that is, Nathan.
It's Herc's Adventures. I think it's by LucasArts.
Yeah, I was going to say this is a LucasArts game, isn't it? Like,
Yeah,
What?
it's dude, it's really good. Like it's really, really good. Yeah, it is by LucasArts. The art style's fantastic. The voice acting's really good. Um, it's got so many like silly lines and stuff to it, and it's surprisingly large. Like the world and everything, you do a whole lot more going back to locations and stuff and like retracing your steps in a way that I never realized as a kid. Like on not even replaying. I don't think it's fair to call it replaying. I feel like we might have beaten the second boss as a kid and that was it. And having played it now and beaten it, I totally understand why that's all we managed to do because it is a huge game. And I had to use a guide. There was no way that I was going to get through that game without one. But that's fine because it's still overall totally worth playing through. Really enjoyed it. It's got some very surprising endings to it because you're Hercules and you're trying to stop Hades.
yeah.
But you end up in like Egypt and there's aliens flying around in Egypt and spaceships shooting you with laser guns and it's a goofy experience,
I
but one that I
vaguely,
think's highly worth going back and checking out.
I vaguely remember that game kind of feeling like God of War, but like way more wacky. Like it, not necessarily in gameplay. It's not like action RPG, but like the general plot of like drop a god into a world that he's going to go do his regular guy, but now hijinks ensues is kind of like,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, I mean, and you're definitely Hercules in the sense of like you pick up houses and throw them at monsters and stuff. Like it's kind of got that going on, but it's got way more silliness to it. Like way more silliness. Lots of very weird items. You can turn yourself into a pig to like crawl through holes and lots of very strange stuff going
Whoa,
on.
they did that in Split Fiction.
Yes,
Hercules
I did.
stole it from
They did.
Split Fiction. Wow.
Yeah. That's number 5.
Price, number 5.
My number 5 is Ball X Pit.
Oh, you talked about
I've
this one,
had
yeah.
so much fun with this game. It does. This year really made me notice because I played a lot of roguelikes this year, and it made me really notice. I don't know the difference between roguelike and roguelite, whatever. One of them is where you have permanent progression that sticks
Yeah.
through the
So
game. And the other one is
roguelite is the cross game progression. Roguelike is that every run is completely fresh and you have no like meta progression.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I already got those confused in my head. I've noticed that I tend to like the ones where it's the same every run, but different stuff between without the permanent progression, unless it does something really interesting. And this one, I think, does the upgrades aren't very interesting. It's just strength +1, luck +1, dexterity +1, the very boring stuff. But you're
Yeah.
there for the gameplay and the interesting things that can happen with what you can do. I mean, no one's gonna play this, so whatever. And you unlock a bunch of characters
Oh,
that
I'm
do
gonna
very
play it.
different. Oh, okay. Well,
Yeah,
there's
it's on my list.
each. Okay, I won't spoil it then. Each character can vastly change the game in different ways. I mean, I can't say because I don't want to ruin the surprise for you later, but super game changing characters that make it a lot of fun. It feels like you're breaking the game just by unlocking this character, and then you realize, oh yeah, you're not breaking it. The game is just that hard.
Right.
Once you get some stat boosts under your belt, you can really go through the game. But if you also angle your shots right and do it the right way, you can get through it regardless. It's really cool. This is also made by one person, and it's got a really neat art style, and the music in it is really, really good. I mean, I really noticed it in this game because there's only, I think, 5 different worlds, so 5 different music tracks, basically.
Yeah.
And it's really interesting what they do, particularly the Egyptian level is really cool, the music that they play through there. So it's a really well made game that's just a lot of fun to play. I only have, I think, around 20 hours in it, but it's a lot of fun that those 20 hours hold. So it's
You
Yeah.
know, Megabonk's another single person development.
Mhm.
This year's been a very big year for single person devs because also what was the drug game? Schedule One.
Schedule
That one is
One.
also a
Oh
single
yeah.
developer, and that one came out this year to a lot of acclaim as well.
A lot of people really like that game. I just never bought it, and I don't know why. It
Yeah.
seemed like everybody said it was a good game, but I
I
just
played quite a bit of
didn't really
it.
play it.
He's still updating it. At some point, I want to go back into it, but all those kind of games, like you play it, you get pretty far into it, and then if you like want to go back to it, it's just like, where do I even pick up on this? What was I doing?
That's
Anyway,
my Silk song this year, guys. But for anybody who hasn't seen the gameplay trailer for Ball X Pit, it's a lizard game. Like I look at that and I'm just like flashing lights go burr. Yeah, I'm like that's
Honestly, more than Megabonk, you actually do have to think about what you're doing in Ball
I
X
could see
Pit
that.
because you really have to pay attention to where the shots are going and dodging the shots that are coming at you. I know
Yeah.
you have to kind of do that in Megabonk, but it's a lot easier to do that in that instance. Whereas Ball X Pit, you only have left to right. You can move a little bit up
yeah,
and down, but there's
It
more that you have
it
to do.
just honestly reminds me straight up of, oh wow, brain fart. That classic arcade game with the ship that you're fighting the aliens with.
Galaga.
Yeah, it's just
Yeah.
pretty Galaga to me. Like if I had to describe the trailer in that, it would be that with like way more depth. And not spaceships. But anyways, number 4.
Yep.
Dylan, take the lead. All right, thanks, Dylan.
Great job, Dylan.
Yeah. Number 4, debatably number 2, debatably number 3. I don't know. All these are all like at this point, all these ones are all interchangeable. But I'll go ahead and list this one lower just so price doesn't screech as high. It's Marvel Rivals, baby. It gets my money every day. Every day.
Wasn't that
I said,
last
take it.
year
It
too?
was last year's as well. You know what? This may be the
Okay.
game that has the most staying power as of the recording here on New Year's Eve. I have 436 hours in Marvel Rivals. So
You're on it all the time. I believe it.
I mean,
yeah,
you're approaching like Civ levels
mm-hmm.
with that.
Yeah. But it helps. I got a buddy of mine who I play with, so it's one of the games that we usually don't play games. So and he lives up in Louisville, so usually I only go see him socially. So having a game where we're like actually, he's invested enough and good enough that we enjoy our play on ranked, it's like a good time. I think we're almost at diamond this year, which normally I don't get these high on hero shooters. I've just never been that invested, so it's kind of fun to just be playing a genre that I'm enjoying and ranking up. Yeah, Lady Loki skin's about to come out as of this recording here in about 2 days. I've already
Wait,
paid
what is it?
Lady Loki. It's Loki, but she is a girl, and it's exactly what it sounds like, and it's worth every penny. I've already pre-ordered it through my Blockbuster app, and it's fantastic. So,
That's a pretty good skin.
Yeah, it's a good one. We just got Rogue. I'm waiting for Rogue to get buffed. Yeah, this is just a waifu simulator at the core of it, which I love. But honestly, Gambit's sick. All these new characters keep being good. The game keeps being fun, and the balance keeps being solid. So, like, I don't know. It's one of those games where you're playing it consistently against people, and I don't have many complaints. So, for that reason, and because it's my biggest time sink of the year, Marvel Rivals is my number 4. So
I just love that like you have attracted the Zenless Zone Zero
yeah,
community. Like you're looked at in the same breath as them.
that's fine. You're still playing what is it, Yonkai all the time? No,
No, I'm
right? Like,
not. I'm not autoing it right now.
you're literally
No,
probably playing it right now. I've
it's
seen.
it's genuinely not Gooner bait though. It's truly not. It is like an anime game made by Hoyoverse, but Zenless Zone Zero is a whole other level
Oh,
compared
ZZD
to that.
definitely is heavy Gunner bait. It's the only reason I haven't started playing it because I only have so much money, and I'd rather see Marvel Rivals Gunner bait than original art waifu Gunner bait. Anyway,
Yep.
speaking of Gunner bait, Nathan, tell us about your number 4 because I'm sure that's going to segue perfectly.
Yeah, maybe once the modding scene gets a hold of it, I'm sure it will. But I don't think Mod Sport's officially come out for it still.
Oh.
Oblivion Remaster, another old game brought back. It's a classic for a reason. Them actually overhauling the combat system was awesome. Because it wasn't made by Bethesda, I think I only ran into a bug one time throughout my entire playthrough, which is insane.
Yes.
That is not an experience you have with an Elder Scroll game. Is it actually working?
No.
So that was cool too. But yeah, it was really nice to kind of re-experience that game kind of in that typical fashion of it's a remaster. It's what you thought it looked like when you were a kid, now actually looking good. The whole going to Sheogorath's realm and everything, and like the whole thing where the building turns into butterflies looks really fucking cool.
Can I
Having
point
been
out that
remade.
Glass Realm is definitely just Alice in Wonderland yet again? So
Yep, there's a reason I like it.
For those wondering,
100%.
I may be shilling Marvel Rivals, but 4 of the 10 games in Nathan's list are Alice in Wonderland inspired or influenced.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, you make something Alice in Wonderland themed, I'm probably going to be keen on it.
Yeah, that tracks.
My number 4 is one I think I've yelled at you all before to play, which is Star Vaders. It's another roguelike. I don't know. I can't retain
Is it
this.
though, Bryce?
It doesn't retain progress between levels. You just unlock new characters similar to Ball X Pit. If there's one roguelike I would recommend to play that's outside of like the big ones, it would definitely be this one. This is one of my favorite ones. It's so much fun. Each character, like I just said with Ball X Pit, plays very differently. Not as drastically different as Ball X Pit, but they all have little different abilities. But it mixes tactics gameplay with the rogue-like mechanics that you expect with upgrading cards, removing cards, but it's very important how you position and shoot your shots and manipulate your characters. And there's basically, I believe it's 3 or 4 different classes, and within those classes there are 3 different characters you can play. So there's the big classes, and then there's small heroes you can play within each one, and they all play vastly different. Some of them are melee based, so you get into close combat. Other ones are summon based. Others are just your standard shoot based. And it's, I don't know, the art style really gets me. It feels very crunchy to play. Every shot that you fire has a different audio signal and feels really good to do. Each card feels great to play. It's hard to really talk that in depth about something like this because it's not too interesting. It just feels great to play. It's hard to talk about it, not something like Clear Obscure where you can go on and on about the story, everything else. What this nails is the gameplay, and that's what you want from a game like this. There's a little story between it, but it doesn't matter. You're there for the gameplay, and the gameplay feels.
Yeah, that's the thing with that genre is it's definitely all about perfect execution of a good gameplay loop. Like that is all that matters in those. There can be good story ones, I don't know if I'd call it good, but I'd played Night Swarm, which is a Vampire Survivors kind of experience, and it
Yeah.
actually had a story with boss fights and stuff, which was different. It kind of what was that? What was that one that both of us played that like at the time you didn't get past the cabin part?
Oh,
Um,
Inscription?
yeah, yeah.
Oh
Which you
yeah.
ended up actually playing through that the rest
Yeah.
of the way,
Yeah,
right?
I beat it.
Okay.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Description was fun.
Yeah, I guess it's kind of more akin to that because that's also like a roguelike that actually goes for a much stronger story.
Mhm. Yeah, and wants you to experience it. Roguelikes are similar to how we always compare to how we always review comedies. If it doesn't make you laugh, what's the
Yeah.
point? Musicals. If
Yeah,
you don't like the music, what's the point? So
yeah,
that's exactly what you want from a good rogue game.
for
Polarizing
sure.
game.
So Dylan,
Polarizing.
number 3 to you.
Number 3. I'd hate to change the genre on us, but I'm gonna go with Hades 2.
Dylan, my number 3 as well.
Hey, all right. You want to hop on
I
the
lied. No,
bandwagon?
it's not.
Oh,
JK. It's higher.
It's
Spoiler.
actually
Hades.
my number 2. So let's
Ah,
just go ahead and jump on into it. You go
yeah. We'll,
first.
we'll jump in. For the record, is Hades 2 in your top 10 at all, or have you played it this year, Nathan?
from me, no, I have not got around to it. I started to a little bit on a road trip, and it on the Steam Deck is just a little bit too hard to see what's going
Mm,
on while
I can see.
you're in a car
Yeah.
too.
Yeah,
So yeah, I'm gonna need to play it like actually at a computer on a real monitor.
that's
Yeah.
fair. Speaking of women's skins and Gooner bait, we've got Hades 2. Our main character is now a woman, and it's not really Gooner baitish, actually. Well, I don't know. Aphrodite's in the game, so there's an argument. But
She's wearing like nothing in this
nothing.
game.
Yeah, it is quite literally nothing. It is well-placed hair covering her nipples. So,
Yep.
Hades 2. If you liked Hades 1, it's more of that. But what separates that from Silksong, from Ghosts of Yote, from Metal Gear Solid Delta, from these games that you've already gotten familiar with, and is it just more of what you like? Yes, but I think story was the biggest separation, and honestly, they made enough gameplay tweaks to make it feel different enough, but I would hesitate to say like it feels like an entirely new game.
Mhm.
I think it still feels very much like Hades. That being
Yeah.
said, I fucking loved Hades, so it was one of these ones where But where does that separate? Okay, so where does that separate from Ghost of Yote? Where I love Ghost of Tsushima versus why Hades wins up. Um, Honestly, I think it just comes down to the gameplay by itself. The story was good. The characters were fun. It has a story that's not necessarily overly predictable. I'm not going to get into spoilers on that. It's not inspiring or overwhelming or things like that, but it was fun. And God, it was hard too. When they
Yes, it is.
when it splits and you're going up Olympus,
Olympus is so much harder than the underworld.
dude, Olympus is brutal.
Hmm.
Yeah, so fighting the in-game boss on that one, like that one killed me more than I beat it. So until I finally started getting builds and things figured out that I was like, okay, this is what I can do with this weapon to start beating it. But that extra little curve and challenge made it all the much more enjoyable for me. I really don't have many extra notes for that. This one clocked in at just short of 95 hours for the full playthrough.
Dang.
You got the
Yeah,
true ending?
true ending and all. So yeah, I did it with the first one. I did it with Hades too, and I looked or on Hades as well, to be clear.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I was trying to think. I think my hours were right around the same. Original Hades one was 96, and this one was 95 effectively. So,
Whoa, that's pretty cool.
yeah, I thought that was pretty fun to the point where I was like, man, they really just made me play the same game or the same game reskinned and enjoy it. But
Yeah.
credit grants too. I enjoyed my entire time through it. I did not have complaints about this game. So
Yeah, it's
Um,
almost like they gave you that whole like, when people wish that they could wipe their memory to re-experience something
yeah,
again. It's
uh-huh.
almost like that.
I would agree. Yeah, that's how it felt.
yeah, so it's my number 2. It was the number 2 and 3 were really close for me. It's my number 2 because I just got sucked into the loop so hard. I just wanted to explore more of the world, talk to more of the characters, get as much of the ambrosia as I could, and give it to everybody that I could. I thought the story was very interesting and where it went and how it concluded. I really think this game has been criminally overlooked by the reviewing community. Like when Hades 1 dropped, it was a bomb. I mean,
Yeah.
everyone was like, number one, it's the best. It does so many cool stuff. Where does the love for Hades 2? I don't get it. It like Dylan just said, it truly is Hades 1, but more. It widens the story by a huge amount. I mean, Hades 1 is about the family dynamic of the Hades family and exploring the dynamic particularly between father and son, which is interesting because it's such a small focused story, which I like. But Hades 2 broadens that and brings in all the Olympus gods. You get to see Olympus for the first time. Granted, you don't get to do too much. You get there and they're like, "Get out of here."
Get out.
But you still get to see it, which has been teased for so long. There's it's over double the content of Hades 1. There's so much you can do there. So many lines of dialogue. So many cool interactions that just happen organically. Like I don't know how they script the dialogue on how like the different stuff you could do. I mean, just for example, when you go to the farm lady in the surface route, and if you get the perk that's like make you smaller and you can get more dodge ability and everything, every
All the
single
dialogue.
interaction with every god, every boss you fight changes. They all mention how small you are. You take the one from her that makes you big. Every single one of them makes you bigger. You use a particular weapon in one run. The next run they mention that and how you use a different weapon that run. It's so cool. If you are totally locked in on what's going on, you can be completely enveloped and just believe that this is such a system heavy game that whatever you do, something's going to happen. You do this, there's a repercussion. And it's so cool. I just delved into it so hard. I delved into it so much more than Hades 1. I felt that the weapons were a lot more fun to play. In Hades 1, I felt like there was only like one or two I really like to get my hands on. Hades 2, almost all of them I really enjoyed using. They all had different perks. I did get to the point where I played so many runs that I kind of knew what each blessing was going to be before I got it. Like, this is the blessing that does this. This is the blessing that does that. But I didn't care. I just kept going, and I really went for that true ending. As you all know, my luck when it comes to dice rolling, drawing cards, whatever, is terrible. And to get the true ending in this game, it's really stupid how they used to have it, where you had to. I did all the stupid stuff to get it until you have to trigger a specific line of dialogue from one of the bosses in the surface route. Not gonna say it for Nathan. And I couldn't get that line of dialogue, and it just took so long. And I was just like, I can't. I've beaten the final boss so many times. I don't want to see his face again. I can't. I'm just going to YouTube it, and I did, and it was only like 2 minutes. Something also really interesting to note about this game is that the original endings backlash was so heavy from the community that Supergiant changed it. They patched in a new ending for the game. It's not vastly different. The main story beats stay the same, but how it happens changes. Basically, they changed it from it felt like the ending happened to you as the character, and it feels like you're more engaged with it, I guess, is the best way to kind of talk without spoilers, which we never do around here.
No.
So it just makes you feel like you're more involved with it, which I liked. I experienced the original ending, thought it was fine, saw the new ending, thought it was even better. I like Malinue as a character a lot. I feel like she has a lot of agency and she gets a lot of stuff done. She feels more powerful than Zagreus, in my opinion. I really like this game again, number 2. And you all know what my number 1 is and how much I love it, how much we all love it. So
I don't know.
I like
If we
number
do
2 a
know
lot.
what those are. Nathan, you're number 3.
Number 3.
Oh yeah, it is me. Okay. So number 3 is going to be one that I actually played just a couple of days ago. Dispatch. Have either of you all
I
played
played that
yet?
too. See, it didn't make my list.
Yeah. At the time, I was like, it's really good, very enjoyable. Is it much of a game?
That is
But
the
at
main
the end of the day, like I still like it. I like the story. I like what they are trying to do. I would like to see more games of this style.
The quality
Kind
is
of,
insane.
yeah. The
The
quality's
visuals
super
are
high. The blurring of
super.
lines between like being a show versus being a game. It's interesting. So for that reason, I wanted to give it pretty high praise because I like what they're doing and I hope to see some more of this kind of stuff.
Yeah, and I like the dialogue that they use in the game feels really adult and doesn't pander down.
Oh
They
yeah.
could have done a lot of very easy cherry picking to keep the story going, but in particular, I really loved the Superman guy. I forgot his name. Um,
Oh
Thailand.
yeah,
uh,
the
Juan
guy that
Blazer's boyfriend.
yeah,
I loved him. He went.
Phenomenon.
Yeah, that's it.
Phenomenon. Yeah.
Phenomenon. He just goes in such a weird direction than you think. Like I was scared to death of him the whole time. I was like, I'm not messing with that guy. And he goes in such a cool direction. I was like, man, he was so interesting. Just him alone.
Did who did you all kick out?
That was Moist Critical. I'm not kicking him out.
I
As soon as
I
Coop came in the door, I was like, I hate her. Get her out of here.
so whenever it came to that choice, I had not like let the timer for choice run out yet. And so
Mm,
I was like, what happens if I let it run out? Maybe there's a third option that I'm not seeing here where I don't have to get rid of them because Coop
it's
I
not.
had already like invested a lot into even early on.
She's a good
S-
character. Stats.
yeah. Yeah, so I didn't want to get rid of either of them and the game apparently if you don't decide will decide to get rid of Charlie.
Ooh.
So he ended
Oh,
up
that
just
sucks.
being like the villain's henchman at the end, which was also pretty funny. So I don't really hate that he was missing for part of the story. And it also feels more appropriate that you would accept him back in because he's not like an assassin. Like that he seems like
Yeah.
he's just a goofball that would side with villains just out of spite and would get over it and could join the team again.
Dylan, did you finish it, or did you play it?
Nope.
Okay.
I'm a little bit through, but I ended up getting Sworn, Blueprints, and Animal Well, and I said I'm gonna start playing some of these games.
Oh.
And
Yeah.
I did the classic Steam sale. I bought these games, and now I'm overwhelmed by buying too many, so I'm barely playing any of them. I did actually start playing Sworn. Honorable mention: Sworn's pretty okay for a Hades like co-op game.
Yeah.
Nathan,
Have you
I do
played it
have
with
to.
somebody?
Yeah,
Sorry.
played it with my buddy Steven and a friend of his, and yeah, it's a lot better when it's co-op. When you play single player, it's a little too easy. If I'm being
Yeah.
honest.
There's a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles roguelike that
Yeah.
is also co-op. I tried playing it with Jill and Amy. They didn't really vibe with it. I
Yeah.
would like to play some more of that at some point.
Is Amy in Bowling Green?
Yeah. Yeah,
Yeah.
she has been for like a year, I
Oh
think.
my
or
Yeah.
god,
something.
I didn't even know that. Last thing I need to get off my chest because this is a confessional booth. In Dispatch, I did goon out. That's all I'll say. Nathan knows
Everybody
what I
go.
mean.
Well, yeah. I mean, Invisigal, like, man, the cold open, like a couple of episodes in, is just like, holy shit, they are going there.
I know. I was like, what is happening? And again, I didn't want to mess with Phenomenon, man. It's hard saying it. Like I was like, I didn't want to mess with him.
So you didn't want to cuck him. So you were,
Yes,
yeah,
Always cuck
staying well
everybody.
away. Well, you're just a normal dude. That's
Correct.
Yeah.
Superman.
Which is why I'm so unlikely to sit there and do it, which makes me the winner. Anyway,
Sorry. We already did one for me. I went with you on Hades. So do your number 2, Dylan. I'll do my number 3 later.
So my number 2 is.
Are you doing it?
No, I'm not doing it.
Uh,
It's a DLC of a game, which is funny because I swear I talked about this game last game podcast on this one, but I
Lots
guess
of pee-pee.
it is, baby. Liza P Overture. That DLC is insane, bro. Oh my god, it is
That's another one that has not gotten the love I feel like it deserves. Not my
criminal.
wheelhouse, but I've only heard
It is
phenomenal things.
criminally good. The story, which I think like the subtle storytelling of Liza P, which is a little bit more upfront than like a Dark Souls, which you're like reading items and getting like lore passively. Liza P is a lot more like upfront about it, but it's not totally show everything. It gives you enough to know what's kind of going on, at least at the very minimum. And Overture just kind of fills in all the gaps on Liza P1 that just feels right. It's a prequel, it goes backwards, and it answers the how did we get to where we got of it all, while seeing who you as a character, as a puppet, were modeled after. So in short, like you're effectively training after here's the quick spoiler alert on Lies of P, although this isn't really a huge spoiler for Lies of P original. So you're a puppet made by Geppetto for the boy that Geppetto lost, which was Geppetto's kid. And we get a lot more context and information about what happens there and why Geppetto is kind of a fucking monster. But
Interesting.
man, yeah, but man, it just was so fucking cool. I love the like spin on like the Pinocchio lore of it all in a ways that's like steampunky, robot killing, monsters like just I don't know, man. This one just fired on all cylinders. The gameplay was fantastic. The new weapons they added were really fun. The in-game weapon that you get after beating the last boss, who is honestly I think one of the most cinematic and fun boss fights in like the Soulsverse games genre. Like,
Wow.
dude was
That's a
fucking
bold
cool.
statement.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it is.
I mean it is, and dude, he earned it. Like when you get the little tease of his character in Lies of P original, and then you're like, okay, I wonder what we get from him in Overture going backwards then. And holy shit, it's so fucking cool. I don't know, man. This game was just like a complete blast to play. It was difficult in a way that I like. It wasn't over difficult in a way that made it suffocating. It always makes you feel, just on the fringe of being too strong and not strong enough. And I like that tiptoeing line that it doesn't just force you down one way or the other. All the power-ups felt good. Coming back to it, I did do a full replay of Lies of P original going into Overture because this, Souls-like games, you don't just pop back into those willy-nilly and go into a DLC. You get humbled really quickly. So that made it feel all the cooler in the process as well. So yeah, this game is only trumped by one game this year, and I think most people can reasonably guess what that is. But
Yeah.
if that game didn't come out this year, Lies of P beats out a Hades 2, a Fortnite, a Silk Song, a Ghost of Yotei, a Marvel Rivals, a Delta.
It beats Fortnite? Oh my
Listen,
god.
our 12 and under category is furious at that statement, but that they need to hear it. Lies of P Overture is better than Fortnite. Nathan, number 2. I really want you to play Lies of P, by the way, Nathan. That game is like
Yeah.
It does.
So it's Chris picked it up in our Steam family, so it is now much more likely I will play it. That's actually how I played Dispatch. Jill bought it while she was like with her family on Christmas, and I beat it before she even got back to play it.
That's so funny.
But yeah, so number 2 for me is one that's pretty unexpected. 2 Point Museum.
I know it.
Oh,
yeah. The new one?
Yeah.
That came out like this year.
Yeah, so it came out this year. It's you're just building a museum. You're also building a zoo at the same time, and I don't know. Like it's just like a very lighthearted, goofy, not as sandboxy sort of building simulator, which is good. Really, that it's not so sandboxy because I can actually play it and get things done instead of spending like an hour designing like an enclosure for some singular animal or something, which has always been my problem with these sort of games like Planet Zoo and stuff. Is you spend way too much time not actually getting anywhere. Whereas with this game, I don't know how much I played it. I probably played it like 70 hours or something like that.
Yeah, sounds about right.
It's interesting that you say that one bit of critique because like that's my biggest thing about those kind of games. Is like I don't want to spend forever putting a chair in a room or something like that. Like I want to get stuff done. Like not fast, but like I want it to feel impactful.
Yeah. Well, this is a great game for that. And it's got this whole system of going out to actually get the things to put into your museum by doing expeditions and like having staff that have to have certain skills in order to succeed on the expeditions, and like you're coming back with different pieces of it and like slowly building the big dinosaur displays, and like unlocking stories, and there's multiple museums that you build out each of them, and like as you do that, there's like a big bulletin board that all the museums are like posted up on, and different decorations are slowly surrounding it as you level up all the different museums, which is also just very satisfying because by the time you're done, there's just all kinds of little trinkets and knickknacks from all of your adventures that's completely surrounding the bulletin board for all your different museums. It's just really nice. There's a lot of smart, satisfying little things that they've done with the game, and there really isn't anything about it that I found frustrating. Like they even, they have mechanics where like people will come in and try and steal the exhibits from you, but in some games that sort of thing would really annoy me because it would disrupt my flow, and I would have to like go either like they'll ransom it back to you is what'll happen. So it's like, okay, I lost some money. No big deal, I guess.
But they're still going to take it.
Well, they can take it, but if you build up your security enough, like and have security cameras and everything, it becomes very unlikely they'll get away with anything. But yeah, there's really nothing in that game that I found annoying. It was all pretty much smooth sailing the whole way through, and it's one of those games too where I feel like I definitely can just hop back into it as they add stuff to it, which I expect they will be doing. They've already done that. Like they keep doing. They have a like different worlds you can go to. There's like a Dungeons and Dragons themed one. There's also a video game themed one. And that video game themed one, they are doing like cross promos with other games, and they will just have it to where like your people can go on expeditions to those games and bring stuff from those games into your museum. Like they had
That's
one with
interesting.
Vampire Survivors, and with Dredge and a couple of other different games already. So I expect there'll be more of that sort of stuff as the year goes on too. So it's just cool. It'll be like nice to have little reasons to come back and play more of that game. But I've already 100%ed it, and
Whoa.
we'll be happy to put more hours into it if they give me any reason to do so.
Talk pretty highly of it. That does sound interesting. So this is my number 3 because we already did my number 2. But my number 3 was pretty easy. This was one of my easiest slots, and that was Monster Hunter Wilds. I really had a lot of fun with this game. I know since it came out in February, the conversation has gotten away from the game that it's not a good game, not enough content.
Glitchy, buggy, unoptimized mess.
I don't know how it's gotten more unoptimized because I booted it up the other day.
Oh.
It's worse to play
It's
now.
even
somehow.
worse.
That's
bad.
It wasn't very good to play in the first place. Like it like I had technical problems. Like you could like very much tell, but man, it still feels fluid and fun to play. And I've played Monster Hunter World, I played Monster Hunter Rise, and now this one. And the story in this game isn't that bad compared to the other ones. I mean, I'll take a not as stinky poo poo as the stinky poo poos I've experienced before because the story. But that's not why you're playing Monster Hunter. The only reason you're in Monster Hunter is to kill some monsters with your friends. That's the only thing you're there for. And in that category, it succeeds. It's so much fun getting to bonk the monsters and play. I will agree that's, again, I only know Monster Hunter World Rise in this one. And I do agree that I think this may be the easiest one. I haven't played the super in-game content that has came out since I played.
You haven't played the Omega Raid from Final Fantasy 14.
Yeah, I haven't done that one actually. But I am gonna go once the new DLC drops, which is like the big like this is how you experience Monster Hunter now. Once that expansion comes out, I'm gonna go through and like play all the stuff I haven't played before, and really get to experience those fights because the later game fights are pretty tough. Like a lot of people do get carded by not respecting the monsters and knowing their attack patterns, and just getting super carded easy. It does cater a bit too much to the beginner people. I mean, you all have played it. Nathan, have you played Monster Hunter at all?
I played a little bit on the 3DS.
Oh my
gosh!
Okay.
A long time ago.
Wildly hard.
I played with a friend of mine, and he brought a friend on who this was his first Monster Hunter, and he had never he beat the game. he had never captured a monster. So I captured the monster. I have a clip of this. I captured the monster, and he's like, "What the heck, guys? I can't carve it. What is going on? I can't." And then like it times out. I'm like, "Dude, we captured it. You get the stuff from it without carving it." And he's like, "Oh yeah." It's like, how do you
How did you
beat the
get this
game
far? Yeah.
and not know what trapping a monster does? It's insane. So it is a bit too accommodating to new people, but in the in-game content, I see on the Monster Hunter Reddit that people are, especially this new monster that just got added in the newest title update, people are getting their butts handed to them by not respecting it and specking for it appropriately. So, needless to say, I just had a great time. It's another Clip Factory game, similar to Peak. I had so much fun playing with friends doing this game. There's so many nutty things that happen. Um, like the fights between monsters that can happen, like just organically, they run into each other. It's so funny seeing the Arkveld, which is like the biggest, scariest one that was in when I was there, and then the chicken monster, which is like the beginning one. They'll fight each other. Arkveld just shoots like a lightning bolt at it and just blows it to Kingdom Come. It's so funny, but I don't know. It's just got a good gameplay loop. All the technical stuff is legit. They need to fix that. Other than that, it's a good time. I had a great time. Dylan, I know you had a good time too. I know you played it.
I didn't play it, actually.
Oh, I thought you did.
No, I never bought it. I was waiting for it to fix itself, and then I kept hearing it kept getting worse, and I was like, okay.
I don't know how that happens. It has gotten worse.
That's a pretty big ball drop from Capcom across the board, because Capcom has been killing it since Wilds, like Wilds and Resident Evils and Worlds rather, right? Yeah. Since
they've been
like
hot.
Dude, Capcom really came back, and I think this is a massive ball drop. So I don't know. I maybe not looking at AAA games the same way when we have these juicy AA games.
But the game, like, the loop is there. It's such a fun loop, but like you said, like the technical aspect is just so bad. Like, I don't know how they've gone this long and not optimized it. It's crazy, but it's just like Pokemon. It's not going to matter. It sold a bajillion copies. So
Pokemon would never unoptimize a game and sell a bajillion copies.
Well, neither of you said Pokemon ZA, so that's
I don't have a Switch 2 yet. So
yeah, he hasn't said his 2 yet.
That's true. Or the number 1, actually. The number 1 on this one.
If it's your number 1.
Oh man, so going back to AA developers.
What do you have?
Here it is, boys. It's Pokemon ZA. I don't even own the system, but this game is insane.
You can borrow my Switch if you need it.
Nah, I'll buy it eventually. Expedition 33 is the number 1.
Come on, make it a bit more fun.
Are we on the number 1?
Yeah, Price was on number 3, but that was supposed to be his number 2.
Oh, so. That's right. Okay.
Yeah.
I know that was going to confuse one of us coming back into it. Spoiler, it was Nathan. So, not to be confused with a small little indie developer known as Pokemon Company. We're talking about Expedition 33. And boys, I don't know how many of you guys also had this as your number 1. Quick vibe check here. So,
I mean,
I don't know exactly where it's at, but it's in my top 5 of all time after one playthrough.
So is that your number 1 this year?
Yeah. It's definitely like, it's a top 5 all time for sure.
Yeah, easily. I don't know where, but it's there.
Honestly, here's the quick rundown. I don't think that the art direction is amazing. I think like the music and score
music's incredible.
I listen to it all the time.
Storytelling's like super compelling.
Yes, the character.
It's a very long game, like much longer than you think it's going to be, which is such a cool reveal.
Yeah. The Act 3 can kind of be like immediate though. That's the hard part about it though, right? Like when you're like, oh, I'll just go directly to Renoir. Spoiler. Oops,
I'm gonna see what happens.
Yeah, and it was like, oops, I beat him, and it was like, you didn't go do all the individual stories before then, and then you're like, oh no. I remember Nathan distinctly having that experience, if I recall.
Oh, I didn't go straight to Renoir. No.
Was it not? Which
one? I did everything before finishing the game.
Same here. I got to Renoir, and I was trying to not do damage, so I could experience the fight and see all the cool stuff that they had prepared. That's the only slightest knock, is that part 3 is not
totally well
optimized
balanced.
well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Where
Yeah,
some
Renoir
indie
should have like been power scaled to you
yeah,
for sure.
That's the
they
one time I wish they would have done.
because
Yeah.
it's such a
power
beautiful
scaling.
cinematic fight, but boy, was it like all right, now destroy. Yeah, like and Gamage, and okay, I'll just do this
Yeah.
here. Yeah, poor Renoir got bullied on the very, very end of the game. And Renoir died so Simon could terrorize us whenever we go down to Simon. So
I never even attempted him, not once.
he's
I mean, he's doable. You like at least whenever I was playing, I just had to get that right run to actually beat him. But it did eventually pan out.
he's a lock-in boss, that's for sure.
Yeah.
You
Yeah,
lock in your
you
folders.
learn all his patterns. You will
Yeah.
have enough time to do it for sure.
Yeah. And I haven't even gotten back for the dessert.
The
that's
Super
been there.
Simon.
Not even the Super
Oh, is
Simon
there?
on
Oh
the
God,
DLC.
I
Yeah.
don't know if I'm gonna go back.
Yeah, I
It's
don't.
nuts. I've watched videos. It's
Yeah.
dumb.
I think I can do it. That being said, I didn't beat Simon, but I think I could do the Super Simon. So I didn't lock in enough, guys. That was my problem.
Yeah.
Yeah, all the characters and story is beautifully tragic and wonderful and great, and everything that's
Yeah.
been good has been said about this game already. But here's what I'll say. Here's the biggest compliment I can give Claire Obscure Expedition 33. It made me appreciate the French. I hate the French. And I know it's a cliche thing to hate the French, but I've spent more time than most around French and French Canadians, who I objectively are worse. And I'll tell you, I've tried their desserts, I've tried their women, and I've tried many things from there. And nothing has made me appreciate the French until Claire Obscure Expedition 33. Man, they can make a sad story.
Yeah, I mean, I know we've talked about it in broad strokes because people just talked about it so much, but I just want to talk about some more till this goes away.
Yeah.
And
I mean,
everything.
it's all
but
of our number one. So
Yeah.
it's the beginning pulls you in so
absolutely.
hard. I
Yeah.
mean, getting to travel through the town and just experience what's going on and try to figure out what's going on with everybody is kind of like there's gloom, but it's not depressing. Like nobody's like crying. It's just very gloomy the whole time.
There is one detraction from what you're saying there, and that's the fact that there's
What?
a mime in the beginning of the game that you can fight. Like the little puppet mime. Did you not fight that? Like in the city whenever everybody's like going like before what's her name is gommaged, there's a mime fight that you can get into.
I want
Did
to
you
say
not do that?
I don't. I'm trying to find where you're even talking about it.
Like you do that fight with him and what's her name? Like when you're just the two of them.
Yeah, I remember this. Okay, yeah, this was. God,
oh no, I did do this.
Yeah.
It's very like everything's pretty like serious and like very strong story, and then you randomly run into a puppet mime
in the middle of the city, and I just saw Gustav use his like lightning ability on it in the middle of town.
Yeah. Love it.
Yeah, it very much was just like, and by the way, this definitely still is a video game, even though it's telling a very serious and interesting story.
Oh well,
yeah,
and not only a video game, but a like Final Fantasy style video game.
Hell yeah, we're in an FRPGs. Finally, the time of a new culmination of letters to describe.
But hey, according to Square Enix, turn-based games are dead.
True. They are
because they can't make a good one.
Whoa!
And then they gave us Final Fantasy 16, which would be my number one disappointment of the year if it came out this year.
The last Octopath that just came out had some pretty good reviews.
0? Yeah, it had some good reviews. But I want to say again about the beginning before we got derailed on that. The atmosphere is really cool on what's going on and trying to figure out like the conversations you can have. You can miss total conversations that are so interesting. One in particular I really enjoyed is one of the mom and the daughter who's there, and you can talk to them, and you basically find out that like you try to pump out a baby as soon as you can because you don't know how long you're going to get with them and get them as long of a life before the gamage happens to them. And it's like if you're an older woman who Gustav is with, I forgot her name, they're like why have you never done this? And you kind of learn that Gustav and her had a differing opinion on it, which you can totally miss. And then the scene where they actually get gommaged is so beautiful. And then right after that, you go to the beach. I mean, it's worse than Normandy what happens on that beach. I mean, they
and
get
then where he ends up right after that, just like rivers of blood and bodies, like it's crazy. Like the game goes so hard on the visuals, like they don't hold back in the slightest.
Yeah, so fast too. Yeah, I think that's maybe the thing I appreciated the most about the game. You know, I think that the pacing of the story felt well breathed throughout the entire time, and it hits the fucking pedal quick. This game is so good. I'm forcing people who don't play these games to play this game. You know, that is like.
I wish I could. I keep telling everybody, like
No,
everybody.
I'm Clockwork Oranging people's fucking eyes open. To like, you're gonna watch it, you're gonna play it, and you're gonna watch it. Yeah. But on that note, just like all good things.
No, I'm not done.
It's gotta end.
We just talked about the beginning of the game. There's so much more. I mean, the twist that basically the ending twists to Act 1 and Act 2 are huge. And could have been the cliffhanger to the game until the sequel came out. They could have dragged that out so long and dragged this into easily a trilogy of games. And instead they packed it all into one. Nathan said like it is a bit long. I think it's an adequate length, in my opinion. Act 1 and 2 really fly by.
I mean,
Act 3
I
is
say
as long as you make it.
I say it's long because your first time through it, you were unless you've like picked up on things, you're pretty sure the end of the game is killing the paintress. So whenever you realize you've only just like opened the game up after you've killed her, that realization is just like, oh, there's so much.
Yeah.
Oh, there's so much.
Yeah.
in like a good and a bad way, you know. Like if you've mentally put yourself in the state of I'm about to finish this game right now, and then you realize like I ain't even started this game right now.
Yeah,
I think we talked about this. I thought we talked about this briefly because I compared it to Last of Us Part 2 when you get to the cliffhanger after Ellie's portion, and I was like, this can't be that much longer.
Yeah.
And then it just kept going, and I was like, God. I remember being so furious on Last of Us 2 that I was playing so recklessly. Like I was like, surely this will just be done. I'm like, this is a small segment. I'm just gonna bulldoze my way through. To be fair, that's definitely the right way to play that character. Just fucking punch and obliterate things. So.
Yeah, it is. That's why she's built like that. That's the only reason you would.
Built like Thomas the Tank Engine, baby. Let's go. So.
Okay. So we can start to wrap it up, but I do want to know. I mean, like you make no choices in this game. You just experience it in a linear fashion, basically, until you get to the very end. Which I think is so cool that they decided to do a split ending when there was no indication of a choice-based narrative. Because when that choice came up, I just sat there. I was like, "Oh, I do this? I get to choose what happens at the end?
Don't make me pick. I don't know. I don't fucking know. This is all seems like
yeah.
Remind me again. What was everybody's first choice pick? Like, which one did you choose off the bat?
Mine was Verso pretty instantly.
I went with Mayel, which is apparently, according to everybody, that's the psycho choice.
It is
something wrong with you to make that choice.
Hey, it's me, the psychos. I picked that too.
I mean, her real life, she's like a fucking mute with a burnt up face. Like, why not stay in the world built by your brother?
Yeah.
Like, whatever. Like, I think that's not that bad of an ending. Like, Verso's bad for him.
And her brother's like, kill me, please. And like,
well, it's not really her brother.
If Jennifer English didn't get the Best Actor award or whatever, it definitely would have been Ben Starr just from that one performance. Of after that fight, he's like, "Kill me, please. I don't want to live anymore." And she's like, "Nah, this is my world. You're gonna dance, monkey. You're gonna play the piano."
Yeah, it's so delicious.
Well, so that's the thing is like, for me, I was just like, that's not the like. Whenever I made that choice, like, I didn't expect that's the way she was going to push the world. So whenever I saw that, I was like, "Oh man, like that's not what I wanted. That's not the way I thought this was going to go."
Like she's not being a benevolent god.
Ending.
She's not being a benevolent god. She is very much like, this is what makes me happy. I'm going to bring all these specters back to life for you all to experience, and you're my playthings, and we are going to experience this the way that I want to, because this is my painting now, not Verso's.
Yeah.
Which,
Oops.
you can look at it both ways. If you don't see them as real people, it's just her playing with toys, then it's like, yeah, do whatever you want,
But the whole journey makes you look at them as real people and things. And honestly, I didn't want to give them up either. Like, that's where I made my decision. I was like, I don't want to give up this world. I don't want to give up these people. Like, yeah, even if they're just like these, reflections of ideas of people, I'm like, I'm quite fond of them at this point. So no, I don't want to get rid of them.
Well, it also makes you question what is reality and what are conscious beings like. Do they not count the people in this world? Like, do they not really exist?
I felt vindicated picking Verso's choice just from the singular moment of when he turns to look at the crew and Lune is just sitting on the ground and just staring at you. Man, that hit me hard. She didn't say anything. Everything was with her face, with the animations, just that death stare at him.
The betrayal.
It was so affecting. So affecting. I loved it.
Yeah. This game doesn't miss a beat, man. I mean, it really doesn't. If you haven't played it, if you're listening to us, first of all, thank you. Second of all,
well, also, if you haven't played it yet, you should have stopped listening.
Well before.
So I don't know if there's a way that we can go back and retroactively say, hey, don't listen.
Too late.
Because you don't want to be spoiled on this game.
No, you don't, because the ride is so much of the fun.
Yeah, I mean, that's what makes it so affecting, is that you're just getting blindsided by the story.
Yeah. I will say, though, there were parts of the world that felt a little annoying. Like, if I had to give this, not a perfect 10, but if I had to be a real nitpicker on the 9.75 of it all, is that there are little parts of the world that you walk into that are just these little empty maps that maybe have an item in it, but sometimes don't. And they don't even have lore. They're just like these painted areas that look like they were going to do something and then they didn't. And that part was a smidge annoying. I remember thinking, am I missing something here? Is this going to be a cool in-game puzzle that I have to do these areas in a certain order? And never came to that, which is why my number one is Pokemon ZA. Pokemon ZA. This game, every possible place you can go has content, and every place that you can't doesn't. Clear boundaries, and I love that. Mega Charizard, Mega Raichu. To be fair, the new Mega Raichu's on this one. Oh god, that's fucking sick. So cute.
What about Mega Starmie?
Yeah.
Oh my god, the legs. The hideous legs.
Why did they do that? I will say, as the more the years go on, the more the Pokemon designs both disgust me and surprise me in ways I didn't think that it would. It's slowly becoming a horror game with some of the designs they put out there. But
yeah, for sure.
Anyways,
you say so.
On this wonderful New Year's Eve, any other final thoughts? Those are all the games that we enjoyed the most and even least this year.
Is there a game that anybody's looking forward to in the next year? Anything on the horizon?
No, really not. I can't think of any off the top of my head, at least. Maple Story Classic.
This low key, this feels like the year that the best way I could describe it is it feels like video game developers knew this was the last year of our lives. We're all about to get demolished, and they said put everything. Because truly, any of these long-waited games or whatever that I'm normally you're looking forward to. Here's a game I'm actually genuinely looking forward to, is the Avatar: The Last Airbender fighting game. Which, if you haven't seen footage of, it looks gorgeous. They did it in that cel-shaded old school style of the show. Price, you should go look it up. I know you're not going to play it, but you should go look at the art style because it's actually really cool. That is actually what I'm really looking forward to. Some people who were talking from the beta of that game said that it's a blast and there's a lot of really cool depth behind it. And I just love that there's just this indie small little one. Invincible also has a fighting game coming out next year as well.
Fighting game.
Yeah, fighting games. The games nobody knows about but Dylan. Yeah, so many good ones coming out. Those ones look super fun. Hunter x Hunter actually put out a pretty decent fighting game this year as well.
Wait, I just wanted an anime game that's not just a fighting
It's
game.
it's not an arena poker one. It's not the
don't
classic Naruto Storms or the
like
Bleach one.
Solo Leveling Arise comes close, but
Yeah,
I don't know. $40.
I would really like for
that.
it just to be like an action RPG of the anime property done faithfully and as well as you possibly can. That'd be great, but they just don't want to make those games because the arena battlers are so much better. But the Hunter x Hunter one isn't an arena battler; it's a side scroller 3v3 fighting game.
It's still a fighting game. I don't care.
It also, well, I like that. So, but yeah, would I love to have like a Hunter x Hunter game that's just going on an adventure, doing things, and doing action RPG stuff for sure. But as long as Bandai Namco owns that, they won't allow it.
Nathan, I just realized that the next Fire Emblem game is supposed to be coming out next year. So I take that back. I am very looking forward to that game.
Will it also be on Switch 1?
Surely I hope not. I hope it utilizes Switch 2.
Well, I'm not getting the Switch 2, so I guess I won't be playing.
Hey, neither am I, but I make sure to sponsor and support my local small indie company, Pokemon Company.
They could really use the money, man. That's good on you.
They are starved. That is the game.
Resident Evil Requiem is another one I'm looking for.
Requiem, I'm actually really stoked for. We're getting Leon back, baby.
I don't care as much about that. It's just Kelly still talks about just like I want to play Resident Evil 8 again, and we never complete games, and she loved that one. So I'm excited for that one.
Honorable
Slay the Spire 2 is supposed to be next year too.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, that's true.
It missed the sequel train this year, but choo choo. It said, "All right, I'm gonna get my award next year, so I don't have to fight every single one of those demons." Divinity. That's coming out.
That won't be next year. That's
gonna be
3 years.
It won't be next year, but that trailer looked cool.
Yeah, there's no
pretty
shot.
wild
That's
stuff.
next year.
The only other game I think I'm particularly looking forward to, which came out already, but I will get a time to circle back to, will be Silent Hill F. I'm looking forward to that one.
I've heard great stuff about that.
Silent Hill F got really good reviews. Silent Hill 2 was fantastic. So, I mean, the remake, not original. Original is also fantastic, but of its time. But anyways, that's our show, everybody. It is bedtime. Price is yawning. Nathan's scratching his head with
only once.
And I've got to take my 3 of my 6 pills for my nasals. So, any other final notes, sign-off thoughts, things like that?
That's all I got. It was a pretty good year. Not the worst. I wouldn't say the best. I still think 2023 is never going to be beat, but it was definitely a really good year.
Yeah, like Expedition 33 stands out tremendously, but I wouldn't say this year was just like a super stacked roster for me. I mean, like Herc's Adventure managed to get into the top 5, But that being said, I didn't play as many games this year. I only played like 66 games, so it's a real light year.
I know. I'm
rookie numbers
on the complete other end of you guys on this one. I think that this year on titles, not necessarily where we land with the titles all said and done, but on titles released this year, this is an insane fucking year for video games as far as sequels and remakes and all the 9. And this isn't even talking about things like Death Stranding or other like games that also came out that were.
We don't need to talk about Death Stranding. There's a reason it wasn't mentioned.
Yeah, I you know what? Here's the thing about Death Stranding. I would watch Death Stranding. I wouldn't play Death Stranding. So
that's the epitome of smug aura. That is the dumbest. When it's like, oh, my name is Murder Man. Oh, my name is Watch Me Drink My Monster Can. It's not an ad. I'm Hideo Kojima. I get away with it.
You're gonna. I think you're gonna really enjoy Metal Gear Solid.
Dumb.
You start smelling your farts of hate against it, though. You're gonna enjoy Delta. I was gonna show you that clip. Hold on, let me find that really quick. So, Price, banter for a minute. I mean, I guess you could always just end the stream because I could just show you after.
Yeah, I'll probably end the stream.
That's all right, guys. Well, thank you for another great year of listening and tuning into our content. As always, let us know what you think. Was Expedition 33 the clear winner? Yes. Did you play it? If no, the fuck? Get out of here. Go play it.
You should have left a while ago.
You should have left so long ago. Oops.
Yeah, you should not be here.
Hate that for you. Now your experience is less but honestly, still probably gonna be a fucking banger ride, even if you knew those beats.
Yeah, like
Yep.
it'll be fine. Still
Yeah.
do it.
Still do it. It's a game so good you could spoil an amazing story, and I'd still be like, yeah, you should probably still go fucking do it because it's insane. And anyways, so that's more or less our show. I hope everybody has a great new year. I hope that everybody gets their New Year's resolutions, everything that they want.
Don't come to the gym. Don't take up space in my gym.
No, I'm going. I'm going. I always do.
Stop.
I'm not looking forward to it in about 2 or 3 days. I won't lie. Not gonna be my favorite thing.
We got 74 subscribers.
Hey, we
Oh
did it,
yeah,
guys.
Amy subscribed.
Yeah. Oh, speaking of, actually, really quick tie-in. Did you see Bye Sweet Carol, Nathan?
Can we end the
No.
stream?
Yeah.
Bye,
Anyways, that's the
Sweet
show, guys. Make
Carol?
sure to tune in next week for all of our amazing content. You should be seeing the end of our movie podcast anytime now. It's been done for 6 months. We'll eventually start playing Warhammer again after the holidays. Until next time, guys. Have a good one. Okay, bye.
Bye.